So guys, I'm going to try to keep this as PG-13 as possible. So try to stay with me so you can understand everything I have to say. Now, being young, I'm sure you've heard a lot of times, especially being a guy, when they tell you that, guy, don't take too much sugar, or you're taking too much sugar and it's going to affect, maybe when you want to give birth, or it's going to affect some things. A lot of people don't know if taking too much sugar actually affects some things when it comes to like sex, when it comes to like fertility and everything. So in this video now, we're going to find out the real facts about how sugar affects a man's sexual performance, and how it affects fertility, if it affects, if it doesn't. So if you want to find out, just stay with me. So there are three major sexual dysfunctions, sexual problems that men face, and that is erectile dysfunction, low libido, that's low sex drive, and premature ejaculation. Now, erectile dysfunction means that I don't know why I keep saying it, a man finds it hard to get or keep an erection. While low libido means you have, like your interest in sexual, like your sexual desires has really reduced. Now, those two are more common in older men from like 40 and above. But the third one, premature ejaculation, is common and it can happen to anybody at any age. And that is the one I'm going to be focusing on, because that is the one that young adults really, really face. So premature ejaculation is when ejaculation occurs before or right after penetration occurs, like too soon after penetration occurs. And believe me when I tell you that this has or will happen to almost every guy at some point in their life. So it's very, very, very common. Now, the main cause of premature ejaculation is unknown, but I can tell you that 90% is psychological. Things that cause premature ejaculation include things like performance anxiety. Obviously, this is the major cause. Things like stress. Also, history of sexual trauma too also causes premature ejaculation. That means a man that has probably been abused in the past or something, maybe when he was young, that sexual history of sexual trauma can actually stay with you, and it can cause some sexual problems. Other causes are lack of self-confidence or low self-confidence. Also, temporary depression. Yes, temporary depression is a thing, and it's something that can also cause premature ejaculation. Now, some physical causes that I've actually found include alcohol and nicotine consumption, excess consumption. It includes conditions like diabetes, high blood pressure, and even some drugs have also been found to cause premature ejaculation. Drugs like antidepressants, drugs like anti-ulcer drugs. If you're the kind that, okay, you've had this consistently and you're trying to tackle it, keep watching, because I'm going to show you some treatments, some things that you can do to actually help. Now, this is where sugar comes in. This is the cocoa of this video right now. Does sugar affect sexual performance and fertility? Yes, it does. But don't get discouraged yet. Let me tell you how. Now, number one, excess sugar intake tends to reduce growth hormone production, which reduces testosterone levels, which in turn reduces sex drive, and you have trouble getting erections. So yes, this is one thing that sugar does. And obviously, testosterone is a very important sex hormone in men. So you don't want this. Now, the number two thing is that when you take excess sugar, when you take too much sugar, insulin in your body tends to overcompensate, it tends to go into overdrive, and this causes your blood sugar to become low. And low blood sugar leads to tiredness, and obviously this can affect your sex life. It affects your sexual stamina. That's when you want to have sex, you're just too tired. And I know that's not a good thing when it comes to like sexual health of a guy. Another thing I found is that sugar sweetened beverages have been connected with low sperm motility. Sugar sweetened beverages, especially beverages like caffeinated energy drinks, even soft drinks, too much of it has been found to be connected with low sperm motility. And obviously, low sperm motility leads to low fertility. So this is another thing I found. But I want to tell you that in this 3-4 things that I've mentioned that sugar does, the common thing that I've mentioned when it comes to all these causes of sugar is excess consumption. So excess consumption is the main issue here. Consuming sugar is not the problem. Obviously, everybody needs sugar, but excess consumption has its own bad effects. It has so many, even other than sexual performance and fertility. Sugar has a lot of effects. Like I mentioned in my last video, if you haven't watched it, you can click on the screen here to watch. I mentioned also some of the other effects of sugar when it comes to weight gain. So definitely, generally, sugar, excess consumption of sugar is not a good idea. So obviously, if you are scared that okay, does sugar really affect this? Does it affect that? Yes, it does, but that is when you consume it in excess. Now, I've mentioned this, and I don't want to be a minister of doom. So I'm going to give you some things that, as a pharmacist, that I found help when it comes to sexual problems, especially premature ejaculation. I'm going to talk about the treatment under three major topics, and that's psychological therapy, medical therapy, and behavioral therapy. Now, for psychological therapy, if you have this problem and you're trying to and you think the cause is because you have low self-confidence, you have performance anxiety, I think one thing that will help you is to communicate with your partner, especially if you're, married. Just communicate with your partner, talk, let her know, talk to her about the problem. Both of you can, butt heads together, talk to her, just communicate with your partner. And trust me, this can be a way to like boost confidence. And also, you can talk to someone. You can talk to your doctor, you can talk to your pharmacist, you can talk to a shrink. And I know you might laugh that, okay, do we have those in Nigeria? Of course, we have those in Nigeria. And if you really do your research, you'll be able to find one. Find someone that is close to you that you can actually talk about it. And this can help you to boost your confidence. Now, the second treatment I'm going to talk about is medical therapy. Now, one thing that I found that is very helpful when it comes to premature ejaculation is numbing creams and sprays. These are creams and sprays that contain numbing agents like lidocaine, benzocaine, and the likes. It helps to reduce sensitivity and allows ejaculation control. Now, how you use it is that 20 to 30 minutes before sex, you apply this, and then some minutes, like 5 to 10 minutes before penetration, you clean it off, and it helps to reduce sensitivity. This will help you to control ejaculation, and it is very, very helpful when it comes to premature ejaculation. Now, another thing that I found, and this is one thing that I have to be very careful talking about because this particular drug has been abused way too much, and that drug is tramadol. Now, tramadol is actually is used to treat moderate to severe pain, but one of the side effects is actually delayed ejaculation. So yes, if you use tramadol, it can actually help to delay ejaculation. But this is a drug that has been abused way too many times. And trust me, it has a lot of side effects. Some of the side effects include liver damage and kidney damage when it comes to long-term use. So if you're going to use this at all, use it minimally. Just don't maybe use it once and just try and see if it works for you. And this is actually a drug that you have to use a prescription for. So it's something that if you talk to your doctor and he tells you, okay, you need this drug, and then he prescribes the drug for you. Another thing to note, especially for my young guys out there, another thing that I should tell you that is very important when it comes to sexual problems, do not use phosphodiesterase inhibitor. And I'm talking about drugs like sildenafil, that's Viagra, or tadalafil, that's Cialis. Drugs like this are originally to be used by men that are older, men that are experiencing erectile dysfunction. If you are at this young age, between 18 and 30 or so, and you're already using Viagra just for sexual problems, then on the long run, when you actually need it, when you're a bit older, these drugs might not actually work for you. So don't use these drugs. They are not meant for you. If you're ejaculating too fast, Viagra is not what you need. I've told you what you need. And the thing is, when it comes to, I mentioned numbing creams and I mentioned tramadol. Those numbing creams, now you actually have some condoms that actually have this numbing agents. In the pharmacy where I work, I have seen condoms such as Flex condom. There's one that actually has, you can check the back, check the description. If you see like it has a numbing agent or whatever, I think there's a Durex that also has a numbing agent. I don't know how common it is with condoms, but I know those two, they have some particular variety of condoms that have numbing agents. Those can actually work for you. If your case is minor, you can try that and it will work for you. Now, the third treatment I'm going to talk about is behavioral therapy. It's usually done with your partner and it helps you to build tolerance and delay ejaculation. Yes, yeah, I'm not going to be able to go so in depth into it just because you need to really understand it, but I'm going to mention two. The first one is the squeeze method, and the second one is the stop and start method. Now, these two methods, I'll put a link in the description box below so that you can read more about it. There are things that you can do with your partner, your girlfriend, your fiance, your wife that will actually help to build tolerance so that you will not experience premature ejaculation. You understand? So yeah, those are all the treatments I'm going to mention. So like I said before, these issues that I've mentioned are actually very, very common, but many men don't know that it's common. So they find it hard to talk about, and as such, they don't find solutions to their problems easier. So I would advise that if you're experiencing any of this, just go to the hospital, go to the pharmacy, talk to your pharmacist, talk to your doctor, so that they can put you through and then give you things that can help you to solve this problem. And also, if there's any other thing you'd like to know concerning this topic, a question you like to ask, you can just ask me in the comment section below. Just type your question, type your comment in the comment section below, and definitely I'm going to reply you. Now, I recognize that a lot of people might not want to talk to me as a female, as being a woman and everything. Not every guy is going to be comfortable talking to me about this particular topic. So before I did this video, I actually got some tips. That's one of my colleagues who is also a male pharmacist, and some of the things he mentioned to me are some of the things I've mentioned in this video. So if you actually want to talk to someone about this and you are maybe too shy to go to a pharmacy, too shy to go to a doctor, and you just want to get something, one-on-one, I'm going to link his Instagram handle below in the description box. So just click on it and it will lead you to his Instagram, and then you can send him a DM and ask him questions, and it can help you out one way or the other. I really hope this video has been helpful. I tried to make it, I know I talked too much, but I tried my best to make it as short as possible and yet still bring value to you. Subscribe to my channel because I'm bringing more and more content, more things that you need to know. And if this video was really helpful to you, just give this video a thumbs up. Like this video, please. Like this video. Thank you. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a nice day. Have a nice week. Bye.